There are but a few organizations in the history of humankind who have accumulated and controlled big part of the sports industry in the likes of the NBA, today's third largest revenue-earning league, just behind the NFL and the NBL. The history of the NBA traces back to the merger of two professional basketball leagues, the Basketball Association of America, BAA, and the National Basketball League, NBL.
New York's Madison Square Garden, a City College quintet faces five fast and fancy web feet from the University of Oregon. It's the opening contest of an intersectional doubleheader, and New York draws 2 points.
The Basketball Association of America, BAA, was founded on June 6, 1946 by sports promoters and arena owners from major cities like Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. The BAA was created with the vision of making professional basketball a major sport, using large arenas that were often vacant on non-hockey nights. The founders included influential figures like Walter Brown of the Boston Garden and Ned Irish of Madison Square Garden. They wanted to elevate basketball from smaller venues, such as ballrooms and high school gyms, where existing leagues like the American Basketball League, ABL, and the National Basketball League, NBL, were playing. The league started with 11 teams, divided into Eastern and Western divisions. The first BAA game took place on November 1st, 1946, between the Toronto Huskies and the New York Knickerbockers at Maple Leaf Gardens. Despite its ambition, the league initially struggled with low attendance, and the quality of play was comparable to rival leagues. The Philadelphia Warriors won the inaugural championship in 1947, defeating the Chicago Stags. In its early years, the BAA faced many challenges, including financial instability and difficult playing conditions. For example, some games were played on basketball floors placed over ice, leading to puddles on the court, and arenas were often unheated. Nevertheless, the league continued to grow and made changes to improve its appeal. The BAA played 48-minute games, longer than the NBL's 40 minutes, and allowed players to commit 6 fouls instead of 5. The Midwest Basketball Conference, MBC, was formed in 1935, largely supported by companies like General Electric, Firestone, and Goodyear. By 1937, it rebranded as the National Basketball League, NBL, aiming to attract a larger audience and distinguish itself from the Midwest Conference. The NBL featured small market and corporate teams, with its roots in the Great Lakes area. The league's early years saw dominance by the Oshkosh All-Stars, led by Leroy Cowboy Edwards. Edwards became a central figure, credited with the introduction of the 3-second rule in basketball. The Oshkosh All-Stars appeared in 5 consecutive championship series from 1938 to 1942, securing 2 titles and leaving a significant mark on the league. As time progressed, other teams like the Fort Wayne Zollner Pistons, led by veteran Bobby McDermott, emerged as contenders. The Pistons won back-to-back titles in 1944 and 1945, while Sheboygan Redskins and Rochester Royals also became prominent forces during this period. The Fort Wayne Pistons played a crucial role in the survival and growth of professional basketball, as their financial backing kept the NBL afloat during challenging times. In the late 1940s, George McCann, a towering 6'10" center, became a defining presence in the NBL, leading the Chicago American Gears to the 1947 championship. McCann later joined the Minneapolis Lakers, propelling them to the 1948 title before the Lakers and 3 other teams, Rochester, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis, transitioned to the BAA, a growing rival league. The rivalry between the NBL and the BAA reached its climax in 1949. Both leagues competed fiercely for fans and talent. The BAA had large city arenas and marketing power, while the NBL boasted more talented players and teams in smaller towns. both leagues were poaching talent and facing financial challenges. As expenses mounted and attendance fluctuated, both realized that uniting was the only way not to go bankrupt. On August 3rd, 1949, key figures Maurice Podoloff, BAA president, and Ike Duffy, NBL president, led the historic meeting in New York's Empire State Building. Their decision to merge combined the strengths of both leagues, creating the National Basketball Association, NBA. Podoloff became the NBA's first president, and Duffy took the role of chairman. This bold move stabilized the professional basketball landscape and set the stage for the NBA's future success. From all this, however, the NBA adopted only the BAA's history as its official narrative, overlooking most of the NBL's contributions, except in cases where players or teams continued their careers in the newly formed league. This marked a new chapter in basketball history, as the NBA expanded its reach and influence across the country, growing from a blend of regional roots into the global powerhouse it has become today. In its early years, the NBA was a patchwork of franchises scattered across cities large and small. By the 1950s, it had consolidated to just 8 teams, including the iconic New York Knicks and Boston Celtics. During this period, pioneering figures like Japanese-American Wataru Misaka, the first non-white player, broke barriers, while legends like George McCann and Bill Russell redefined the game. The 1960s saw the Celtics dominate with Bill Russell's unmatched defensive prowess, while Wilt Chamberlain dazzled as the ultimate offensive force. The league expanded and evolved, transitioning teams to new cities and welcoming fresh talent. The 1970s brought a fierce competition with the rival ABA, and saw stars like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Julius Erving rise to prominence. In the vibrant world of basketball, the 1960s saw the NBA facing a formidable rival, the American Basketball Association, ABA. This new league, with its flashy red, white and blue basketball and innovative rules, posed a direct challenge to the NBA's supremacy. The two leagues clashed in a fierce battle for talent and fans, each trying to outdo the other in spectacle and star power. The NBA responded by securing marquee college star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, while the ABA lured standout players like Julius Erving with promises of greater freedom and flair. The rivalry reached its peak as both leagues waged an intense bidding war for the top players, leading to a thrilling period of high-stakes basketball. The ABA's dynamic style and exciting play kept the NBA on its toes, driving innovation and growth in both leagues. Eventually, the fierce competition led to a landmark merger in 1976, where the NBA absorbed 4 ABA teams, integrating the league's best talent and enduring spirit into its own. This merger not only expanded the NBA, but also solidified its position as the premier basketball league, forever changing the landscape of professional basketball. The 1980s ignited a golden era, with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird leading their teams to glory, while the 1990s were defined by Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls, who won 6 championships and became a global phenomenon. The league's expansion into Canada and the creation of the WNBA marked new frontiers. From 1998 to 2014, dynasties ruled with the Lakers and Spurs dominating the courts. Challenges like the 2004 Malice at the Palace and lockouts tested the league, but it persevered, showcasing stars like LeBron James and witnessing memorable moments like the 2010 NBA All-Star Game at Cowboys Stadium. As the league transitioned to Adam Silver's leadership, the NBA continued its legacy of innovation and excitement. In recent years, the NBA has been defined by dramatic rivalries and evolving dynasties. The Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, faced off against the Golden State Warriors in an epic finals series that became the stuff of legend. Their 4-year clash saw the Warriors, with their dynamic Splash Brothers, Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, capturing the spotlight. The Warriors set a record with a 73-9 season in 2015, 16, only to be famously toppled by the Cavaliers in a stunning comeback that ended Cleveland's 52-year championship drought. The Warriors rebounded with the addition of Kevin Durant, securing back-to-back titles in 2017 and 2018. The Cavaliers' dominance faded as LeBron left for the Los Angeles Lakers, who, in turn, claimed the 2020 championship. The 2020 season was upended by the COVID-19 pandemic, leading to a unique bubble environment for games, despite challenges like declining viewership and shifting player dynamics. The Milwaukee Bucks and Golden State Warriors each won championships in 2021 and 2022, respectively. The Denver Nuggets clinched their first ever NBA championship in 2023, and the Boston Celtics captured their 18th title in the 2023-24 season. Meanwhile, international players have become increasingly pivotal, with stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic leading the charge, and international players consistently winning MVP awards. This era has showcased the league's global reach and the transformative impact of its rising international stars. The evolution of the NBA is a remarkable tale of resilience, innovation, and global influence. From its humble beginnings with a few franchises to becoming a global basketball powerhouse, the league has continuously reinvented itself to make itself one of the largest sports organizations in the world. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Business Hang for more videos like this.